Hi, it's Sarah, and welcome to episode number 33 of 64 of our holiday baking series. And now that Thanksgiving is over, we're really going to get into the Christmas stuff, even though I've made a lot of my favorite ones already and had them posted, especially the haystacks. The haystacks and the Chex clusters have been the two most popular in November. I just checked my analytics for November to see what was popular, and those were the very top two. So you might want to check those two out. But we're going to make microwave peanut brittle. So I am kind of new at candy making, and I really feel like my microwave does a better job when I make peanut brittle versus using the candy thermometer, and everything gets super hard, and I don't have a lot of luck with peanut brittle on the stove. So I have a super easy microwave peanut brittle recipe, and I think you're going to absolutely love this. So it does take some microwave time. I might edit some of that out of this video just so you don't have to sit and wait for my microwave to watch me, but we'll go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to make it. So you need 6 simple ingredients. The first one's sugar. So we need 1 cup of sugar, and you want a 2-quart microwave safe bowl. If you have a bowl that has a pouring thing, you might have a little bit better luck. I don't, so I'm just going to go with what I have here. And you need a 1/2 cup of light corn syrup. And we are going to microwave this on high. We're going to mix this together. Oops. For 2 minutes. And I don't know if you, after Thanksgiving, I just really don't feel like eating a lot this last weekend, but we're going to still keep diving into our Christmas recipes because that is what is popular in the month of December, especially these baking ones. They're so good. Okay, microwave 2 minutes, so we're going to stir it. We're going to get, so 2 minutes, then I'm going to stir and put it back in for 2 minutes. But while this is happening, we're going to get everything else ready. So I'm going to use, I like thick peanut brittle. So I'm going to use a little bit smaller pan, and I'm going to grease this really good because we don't want it to stick. So if you like a little bit thinner peanut brittle, I can't say that word today for some reason. I'm going to spray even the sides good. Use a little bit bigger cookie tray. Okay, so while we've got, oh, I got kind of a mess there. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And I'm just going to grab a new washcloth. Okay, the next thing that you are going to need for this recipe are cocktail peanuts. You want to use the salted kind. If you can have salt, use the salted kind. If you really don't want to have salt, you can use unsalted. It's better with salted. I'm using the ones from Aldi's. You can use, I'm going to link the Planters. That's the other one that I recommend. These are hard not to pop in your mouth. Or down your apron while you're waiting. I love peanuts. These are in my haystacks too. Classic recipe from my mom. You're gonna absolutely love those. Okay, so waiting, and then we're gonna stir it for 2 minutes. We're gonna put it back in the microwave for 2 minutes, and we're gonna get our peanuts ready also. So I'm gonna get you need 1 cup of peanuts. We can get that ready. I think my dad loves peanut brittle. He's in Arizona for the winter, so I might send some of this down to him. However, he's kind of watching what he's eating pretty carefully, so I don't know if that will happen or not. Okay, so we're just going to quickly stir this up. I'm probably going to switch to a wooden spoon right after this. Okay, 2 more minutes. Let's see, what else can we talk about while we're waiting? The next recipe I'm going to make right after this is a sugar cookie that has the Hershey's Kisses in the middle. The other ones that I did are the peanut butter ones. I have one daughter that doesn't care for peanut butter, so she gets the sugar cookie ones. So I'm going to make that next. I was able to empty out my entire freezer of cookies that I had done through the month of November over Thanksgiving because we had a Thanksgiving that we had about 25 people at for my mom's Thanksgiving. So I got rid of almost all my cookies in my freezer. And then I sent 2 big batches home with my college kids that were here this weekend. And so I am ready to get my freezer stocked back up again for the Christmas season now. I love to make my cookies ahead, and they just really don't dry out. They everything that I had taken out and defrosted, there was just one cookie out of all of those that felt a little dry, and that was the banana chocolate chip cookies. Those didn't freeze really well, so I'm going to go back and modify that recipe just so that people know that that particular cookie does not freeze the greatest. All the rest of them on my holiday baking series froze really, really well. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, as soon as this is done, we're going to add the peanuts. And I think I'm going to switch to a wooden spoon just to make it's a little bit easier to stir. And then the other things that you need to probably have ready is you need to have vanilla ready, and baking soda and butter, which I'm going to grab my butter out of here. I'm also going to link my elf apron because I see people asking about my elf apron. This is one of my favorites for Christmas. Amazon, I think it was $12.99, something like that. Okay, that's getting hot. We're definitely making candy. Okay, add the peanuts. That. Mix it in. This is going to get a little difficult to stir. Okay. Okay, we're going to put it back in the oven. I'm going to have to grab my mitt for the next one. 3.5 minutes now. And now I'm going to pause it because I'm not going to sit and talk to you for 3.5 minutes. So I will be back to finish that out. And then we are going to add 1 tablespoon of butter and I think 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to microwave that for, I think, 30 seconds, 90 seconds. And then we're going to add the baking soda, and then we're going to spread it out right away. And then we have to wait for it to harden. And then we break it into pieces, and it's completely done. So we're just waiting on the microwave. So if you have other things to kind of clean up during this time, that's kind of when I clean. Put the corn syrup away. What other, while we're waiting for that, if you are still kind of watching and I haven't cut this part out yet, what are your other favorite types of Christmas cookies? I already made my absolute favorite, which is the haystacks. Like, I had to give those away because those, I will eat the entire pan of haystacks. I mean, they are just absolutely the best cookie. My one daughter loved the Oreo balls. Those were her favorite. And then my other daughter likes the chocolate crinkle cookies. So we had a little competition of who was the favorite on those, on which ones they liked. So I can smell it kind of cooking in there, but I am going to wear my gloves this time to take it out because it was hot. Or gloves, or I have crocheted pot holders from my mom. Those are my favorite, but sometimes I don't use these in the oven because they do have holes in them, and I have burnt my finger a few times using these. So, okay, then we're going to add, as soon as that is done, vanilla and butter. Okay. It's hot. Okay, so now we are going to add the 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can see it's hot. How's that? Okay, so we're gonna mix this together. Okay, I'm gonna microwave 30 more seconds. It's definitely candy. Just get that butter and vanilla. And then I'm going to add, we're gonna get the baking soda ready, 1 teaspoon, and then we're gonna spread it immediately. Okay, get this ready. Okay, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, mix that in good. And you don't want to skip the baking soda. The baking soda is what makes the little tiny air bubbles in the candy. Okay, so now this is hot. So I'm going to dump it onto the tray like this. Spread it out. Put a little bit more in there. All right. And then we will wait for that to cool. And I'm going to grab it. I had a little bit more in here I wanted to grab. We will wait for that to cool. And then we'll break it into pieces and it should be good to go. All right, and that is microwave peanut brittle. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and happy holidays.